Hi, compliments of the season. I welcome you again with the joy of this season to my YouTube channel. And yes, we are celebrating Christmas and we are all happy, but yeah, we are also trying to apply for scholarships and different opportunities out there. So, welcome to Chrys-O. If you are visiting for the first time, I am Chris and I am happy to have you here with me. I'm a graduate student at the Simon Fraser University where I study on a fully funded scholarships. In this my YouTube channel, I talk about fully funded scholarships in the US and Canada. And in today's episode, I will be talking about how to write a curriculum vitae or CV or resume, whichever way you want to call it. So I'm going to share with you my own sample of CV and and we'll talk about it and the reasons why I organize my sample like that. So yeah, without further ado, come in. Okay, so what are you waiting for? If you haven't subscribed already or liked yet or shared already, what are you waiting for? Please do support my efforts by subscribing, by liking, and by sharing with your friends. So yeah, it's Christmas. You could celebrate Christmas for me by subscribing, by hitting the like button, and by sharing and by commenting and asking your questions, and I will obviously respond to them. So yes, what is an academic CV? What is different about, how is it different from a normal professional CV? So if you're applying for scholarships or you're applying for graduate school, they would ask you to submit alongside other documents you would apply for that you would submit. They would ask you to submit a CV. Now, the kind of CV that they are asking you to submit is an academic CV, not a regular CV. Not a regular professional CV. Anyway, but not that there are much difference though. I don't think there is so many differences between them. It's just a matter of concept. So for me, one notable difference about an academic CV and a professional CV is that portion where on your regular CV you have professional summary where you leave your professional objective. For an academic CV, instead of leaving a professional objective, you leave a summary, professional summary or something like that. Instead of leaving that, you leave an areas of research interest. So you see how I have coined that in my own CV. So yes, that is one notable difference. And another notable difference is we place more emphasis on your professional experiences that relate to academic. So if you did teaching before in your school or worked as a research assistant, you put that first because those are more relevant to you than any other professional experiences that might not be related. So I don't think apart from that there isn't. Yes, another thing, you put your awards if you receive them, things if you did debates and win competition, essay competitions and things like that, you also mention them on your academic CV. These are something that you not ordinarily mention in your professional CV. So these are the known differences. Another difference is that you add your publications. Yes, so if you had published before, you publish your papers in academic journals or in any form of at least publication that can attest to the fact that you know how to write, then yes, then you also leave it on your CV, your academic CV, and then you include, I don't think there's any other difference. Everything remains the same for professional degree. And then so let's get down to it. Let you see my own version of an academic CV. An academic CV is also where you mention some things that you think are important about, that would add to the assessment of you and there is no any other place to include those things. Things like achievements, it's in your CV that you say things like that. Now, don't be modest on your CV. Say everything that you have done according to how you did them. So be proud of yourself. Okay. Now, for me, an academic CV should have 4 things that most scholarships evaluate people on. They evaluate your academic excellence, your leadership potential, your professional experiences, and your community services. These 4 things are crucial to your academic CV, because you can use your academic CV to show these 4 things. So, how did I do it in my own CV? Yeah, see for yourself. So, see my CV. First, I have my name. Don't mind me. This I am not Spencer Chidi Simpson. This is just I just changed the details, right? So Spencer Simpson's. You see, the first thing there after contact details is your areas of research interest, right? Areas of research interest. You have your primary areas of interest. These are like the key things you're interested in and you want to work on in your graduate school. Now you have the secondary areas of interest where, well, you have things that you also love, but not as importantly as your primary areas of interest. So don't put so many things, just limit it, 3 is enough, so yes. And then you put your education. After that, you put your education. If you have had masters, you put your masters. Now after masters, you put name of university, your CGPA. If your CGPA is not good, if it's just basic, there's no need to put it. Put other things. Significant thing you did during your studies in that period, put it. So if you're a class captain, this is where you put it. If so put your thesis statement. So like this, if you scored an A in this thesis, you can flaunt it and say I scored an A. If you won an award, you also say I won an award for this essay, something like that. So, and then you have your bachelor's. The same thing. If you did bachelor's, put them. The same thing that goes for the other one goes for this one. So after that, you put your academic work experiences. Now, if you don't have so many experiences to categorize them into academic and non-academic experiences, just say professional experiences, where you put all your working experience. It's important because they want to know that they want to consider you wholesomely, not just your academic. They want to look at you as a whole. What have you done? What can you bring? So having worked before, you can put it on your CV. It shows your capacity to take your responsibilities. Someone who has had work experience, of course, that person has good prospects for grad school. Yeah. So for me, I have my academic work experiences where I highlighted all the stuff I have done in school relating to academia. So you have here graduate student presenter, teaching assistant, and then you have research assistantships. Put their dates according to how you see it on the screen. And then I also have other relevant professional experiences. So I put it here. So they are not related to my, to my school work, not related to works works I have done in school. Now, when you are listing academic, if you want to do it the way I did it, when you are listing academic work experiences, there must be things like maybe you were teaching in a university, or you were a research assistant, or you are doing a research for a lab or something that is academic-like. But if it is about maybe you taught in primary school or secondary school, I don't think it's technically considered academic work experience. Just put it as professional experience. You're teaching in primary, secondary school and all that. Just put it under professional experiences or other relevant experiences. So here I have my support worker. Then I flaunted my YouTube. Yes, because this YouTube thing is not just for play, it's also something serious. It's also an experience. I have learned a lot while working on YouTube, while publishing videos on YouTube. So it's important. So all those things you've done, like, you might not find them significant, but I tell you they are significant. So try to put all your experiences together. Now, editor-in-chief, and then I have my publications and conference presentations. Now, this is where you put any paper that you have written before that were published or they are being considered for a journal. So here you can include papers that you've already submitted to journal, but they are still under review. You can put papers that you've published. Don't put papers that you haven't published. Like if you work on your thesis is not publication, just put it under your education, as I have done. Just put it there. Don't put it under publications. Any work that you haven't published or is under review in a journal or forthcoming in a book or anything, don't put it under publication. And then conference presentations. These are where you put every conference that you have attended to before, that you presented papers in. This is where you put it. Don't put just mainly attending conferences and sitting down. No, don't do that. Put conferences that you have actually presented papers in. Put the year, put in the which institution that you presented there. For this one is Western Mexico Psychology Association Annual Conference. Put the title of the paper that you presented and all that. So don't forget, don't just mention that you attended a conference. No, it is actually conference presentation that you spoke or you joined a panel to talk about something. That is only when you can put it. Yeah. So the next thing on my CV is community services and leadership experiences. Remember the 4 things, So your leadership is a test. Your community services is where you give back to your community. So your volunteer experiences and things like that. So I have that, chief service volunteer. Describe what you try to quantify things. Like here, devoted 4 hours per week. So 4 hours per week, can calculate it and say like 150 hours in so amount of time. Just quantify your thing, put the numbers. If you help 20 people, say I helped 20 people. So you can see. Now the next thing is professional certifications and workshop training. So all the workshops you've had, all the Coursera courses you have taken, all the mock courses you have taken, this is where to list them. All your professional certificates, list them. This is mostly very important for people who are changing course. For example, you studied chemistry, now you want to study philosophy, but you don't have any background in philosophy, but you've taken courses on Coursera in philosophy and you did so well. This is where to put it. Put the date, the name of the program, and if there is any particular information you also about that thing, or if you want, you can provide more information about each of your certificates under the title, as I have done, as you are seeing on the screen. So the next thing on our list is achievements, awards, and honors. So honors, awards, everything, just list them. You can as well provide further information under them. So for example, Chevening Scholar, Chevening Commonwealth Scholarship. I said first graduate student at the University of Mexico to win this fully funded award. Fellow of MAPS Mexico, Mexico Association of Psychology Students, in recognition of my contributions to the growth of professional psychology in Mexico, blah blah blah. So you see, so list all your awards and where necessary provide required or necessary information, especially where that award is something phenomenal. Maybe you are the only one who have won it before, or you are the only one of 2 students who have won it, or something like that. So provide information. So, and then references. Now sometimes references are not necessary to put on your CV, but I just decided to put it anyways. that is that for this CV. And don't forget those 4 things: academic performance, professional experiences, leadership potential, and giving back to your community. Don't forget them. So yeah, that is that for today's episode. Please don't forget to like and share my videos. I would have really appreciate it. Use it to wish me happy Christmas, and I'll be leaving a link to this document, this template in the description section below. So if you love this template and if you want me to prove it, if you have questions, just ask me and I will leave the templates in the description section below. So yes, thank you for tuning in today again, and I will see you next week. Bye bye. Merry Christmas.